Our next rose that I'd like to invite to the stage is the Hutt Valley Rose, Ashley MacKenzie-White. Ashley is a 24-year-old master's student of Museum and Heritage Studies who enjoys collecting fine teacups, fine art, craft, books and antiques, baking, walks and travel, embroidery and sewing, theatre and the arts. You must be exhausted. Ashley, last night you shared with us in the party piece a very moving story about a great uncle of yours.
I did. Looking over at my grandmother, I'm going to try not to cry. 1900, my family arrived from Bray, which is 20 kilometres out of Dublin. And 4 years later, my family called up for service, and my great-great-uncle, William Arthur, left to fight to defend his new home, New Zealand, and in doing so became the first New Zealander to be killed in the First World War. So that's my connection, one of my connections. William Arthur.
Quite a connection. Actually, history plays a pretty large part in your life, doesn't it?
It does. Obviously doing museum and heritage studies, it's all about the past and trying to create a new sort of identity for ourselves using the past and presenting the past in a way that people want to learn about our heritage. And yeah, museums, you know.
So you've got 3 jobs,
I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
So tell us about that.
I work for the Ministry for Culture and Heritage as an assistant advisor. I administer a whole lot of things. If any of you guys want to use the New Zealand flag or would like to name your company with the royal name, you have to pass it by me. And if you'd like to export something, you also have to pass it by me. And then I also work at the National War Memorial occasionally. And then in the weekends I moonlight at Te Papa as an event supervisor. I like to be busy.
Yeah, I can see that. Ashley, you haven't always lived in the Hutt Valley. You used to live in Dunedin. And when you lived in Dunedin, you tried to enter the local Rose and Tralee competition. And what happened?
In 2004, my grandmother and I had a discussion about perhaps entering this thing called Rose of Tralee. And my grandmother told me about it, and I went, searching for the Rose of Tralee in Dunedin, and they didn't have one. But instead they had the Scottish version, which is the Queen of the Heather. And I was crowned the Tartan Princess. As well as being Irish, I'm a fierce Scottish girl, so I'm very Gaelic, very Celtic. The ginger hair.
Yeah. No, they had Tug and Digger Day last week.
Really? I got 5.
You got lots of hope.
Yeah, 5 cuddles.
I'm married to a man too.
Secret society.
Ashley, when you were asked in your profile to describe somebody that you would most like to meet, I guess because you're such a busy person, you're not allowed to 2 people, and they were both artists, the 2 young artists on Captain Cook's ships that came to New Zealand in 1769 and 1773. Why them?
So I nominated Sydney Parkinson and Joseph Banks, and Sydney Parkinson was only 22 when he came to New Zealand, and as well as being an art history major, I also majored in Māori studies. And I think for these young men that would have travelled around the world on ships and arrived at a country, seeing New Zealand before anyone else had arrived, I just like to see the world through their eyes. And of course, being artists as well, they express themselves in one way, but I'd like to hear the stories that are behind those paintings.
Reading through your profile, your Irish ancestry is obviously very important to you, but you have, it seems, a particular interest in Māori heritage as well.
I think it's being far away from home and having not been home to Ireland or Scotland, the best way for me to connect with this place is through the mountains and the rivers, and what better way to do it than through the people of the land.
Ladies and gentlemen, please thank our Hutt Valley Rose, Ashley.